The dairy industry is unfair in their treatment towards cows. The dairy industry is one of the largest and fastest growing industries in and outside of the United States. Mass producing all dairy products, some factory farms house up to 32,000 cows at a time. Mass production calls for inhumane treatment towards these animals. The dairy industry tends to be extremely cruel and gruesome towards all cattle connected to factory farms. The hidden secret is people are benefiting from this because factory farms provide efficient milk yield quickly, and this promotes more sales within grocery stores. My personal experience with the dairy industry occurred on Wholesome Dairy Farm located in Hilbert, Wisconsin. Here, I photographed cattle that had been exposed to some of the abusive practices conducted in dairy industries, such as food deprivation as well as no exposure to real soil for all of their lives. On most factory farms, each cow is milked about 3 times a day, and each milking takes about 7 hours. 12 to 20 babies are born each day and separated from their mothers after a few days of birth. Cows' hooves never really touch real soil. Instead, they stand on concrete for all of their lives. They are numbered, their tails are cut, and they are often fed antibiotics or injected with hormones in order to overmilk the udder. A cow's lifespan is about 15 years and they only survive 5 years in factory farms. They often suffer from detrimental stress from being separated from their young. They are known to wail for hours, and since they are injected with the hormone RBGH, their udders often become infected with mastitis. Since cows do sleep on their stomachs, their legs will usually give out from standing so excessively on concrete. It is important to acknowledge there are a few ways to avoid the dairy industry. The first step is really becoming aware, as most people do not think about where their milk is coming from when they are in the grocery store. Secondly, not consuming dairy is an option that advocates for animal rights. Thirdly, since dairy is pleasurable for most people, just buy accordingly. Organic Valley Milk does not support the dairy industry or conduct abusive practices to their cows. When it comes down to the healthiest choice that is most beneficial to the person as well as the cow, making the conscious choices to consume healthy, no hormone added dairy, or not to consume dairy at all really is the best way to advocate against the dairy industry and factory farms. When it comes to the end results, there are still many wrongfully active dairy farms performing these abusive practices on dairy cattle. It is important to be aware of the fact and help to protect animals from being harmed in environments such as factory farms. Dairy cattle should not be abused in ways to promote mass production. There are ways around this.